It'll be token usage, and like in terms of MCP, it's really good for research. I don't know if you saw, like I had it like, oh, maybe some of you guys weren't on the call. It'll be useful for me to show this to you guys. Bang, bang, bang. So like basically I had this prompt. I can give you guys the prompt. But basically I had this where it's basically I told it, you can see this is like a 40-page prompt. Like, hey, act as a YouTube channel manager, you know, do all of this, right? You're a YouTube channel manager and a consultant, right? You do this, right? And this is like all the different tasks for you to do. So this is like a mega long prompt. And I told it to like, hey, do it for the Brian on YouTube channel. Okay, and basically what it's done, it's gone out there, it's tracked all of these different channels, it's created all of the playbooks for all of these, right? For like, okay, like what's really working inside of niches. You can filter the videos by the number of views. It audits the channel, right? Like what are the areas for improvement on the channel, right? How many of these videos have we actually done in terms of covering these playbooks? And then what are the improvements that can be made to the channel? And then it also like finds all of these channels here, and like, okay, it categorizes according to the number of subscribers they have, what is their age, what is their views per video, what is their outlier numbers, and like what are the sample size that we're looking at. And then you can look at basically all of your competitors within this, and it creates a thumbnail wall for exactly like what's working inside of the niche, right? What are like outlier formats within this niche. Like, okay, some of it's junk, but some of it I think is good useful stuff that you can kind of look at and reference to see like what's working inside of this niche. So yeah, I think this could be good to reference. And this is basically like one prompt, and like all of this data is taken from inside of MCP, right? And I basically just gave it like, this is like a fresh chat, this is like a fresh chat, like very, very first prompt that I gave it is like, hey, like do this on the Brian on YouTube channel. And it is able to help me visualize this kind of data, right? And of course, like the playbook is not as in-depth as like the other one that I showed you, because this is one prompted. So I'm going to spend this week like really working on the data side of these things and really make it so that you guys can also like one prompt this stuff and give you guys like a prompt. I can give you guys this preliminary prompt. You guys are free to play around with it if you would like. I will drop this in the chat. I will drop this in the chat. If you guys came on, maybe it was like the last Thursday, like previous Thursday's call, you guys would also have seen this, but maybe some of you guys haven't seen this yet. So you guys can use this prompt to, I just put it in the chat, to effectively create a dashboard like this, where you can see all of your competitors and whatnot. And I just did it on Opus 5 on high. So you guys can do it on any one, and like it took up 300K tokens, and I think it ran for like maybe 30 minutes, and it just like automatically created this entire dashboard. And this was the prompt that it gave me. I'm gonna spend some time like improving this so that you guys can go ahead and create these dashboards for yourself. I'm gonna create a specific prompt for like scanning competitors so that it can go a lot more in depth in terms of scanning competitors. I'm gonna do another prompt for I'm going to do another prompt for whatchamacallit. Let me see here. I had a list of prompts that I was going to create. I'm going to create a prompt for scanning competitors, for doing a channel audit, for finding title formats, validating a topic, and finding thumbnail formats, and analyzing the thumbnails that are working and why those thumbnails are working. And then hopefully I can give that to you guys, and then that will arm you with how to best use the MCP, because I think maybe I don't have enough education on how to use it best. Even I probably don't know how to use it best, and there's a bunch of things that I am missing in terms of this. So I'm going to spend more time on creating these things this week. But this is like a preliminary like V1 of like what a dashboard could look like, that you guys can go ahead and create with like a prompt that I've already given you. And it's like, okay, it finds 92 channels, which is like pretty good, and it creates like a thumbnail wall, where you can potentially get a bunch of new ideas here, get a bunch of different new script templates here within this. So yeah, and I'm gonna also find ways to integrate this inside of like API, inside of subscriber API, so that you guys can then go ahead and just write scripts. I think they'll be really cool and easy. But yeah, that's so far what we've been working on. I don't know if you guys have questions on that, on this specific dashboard. Maybe some of you guys have seen this already. But if you guys haven't already run it for your channel, you guys can run it for your channel. If you guys want me to run it for your channel, just let me know. I can run it and I can send you the dashboard. Yeah. But I'm gonna be working on like really refining these prompts to make it like look, I think, like really good, and you guys can run it on the channels that you guys are doing too, which I think will be great. I'll wait for the refinement if it's coming out next week. I'll probably do a school post as I'm working on it. I can probably get my agent to be working on it if I'm honest. Yeah, let me probably get my agent to be working on it too. But I'm just gonna need to do like multiple rounds of refinements on these things. But yeah, should be good. Cool. Any other questions that I can help y'all with? I guess you guys are pretty excited about the updates. I'm also pretty excited to announce these updates. I'll probably do masterclass on this on Thursday if I can get all these new features out that I really want to get out, and yeah, really show you guys what can possibly be done with this, which I think will be really cool. Cool. Any last questions that I can help answer for you guys? Okay, if not, thank you guys for coming, and yeah, I will see you guys Thursday. I will let you guys know on the new time that we're going to do the call, and hopefully we can do some sort of masterclass that I'm just going to be working on this on. So, and I'll keep you guys